What's the secret about superfoods? Well, they're not real. So you might be thinking, what? How are superfoods not real? I mean, we see them all the time, we hear about them all the time. So what exactly is up with this whole thing? So we're gonna go through all of that today. And before we get started, just a quick hello if you are new here and you don't know who I am. My name is Sarah and I'm a registered dietitian. And this channel is all about healthy eating and nutrition. So if you're into that sort of thing, make sure that you subscribe. Now, first off, let's be clear about what I'm not saying. I'm not saying that the food we eat isn't important to our health, that the nutrients in our food aren't important to our health. Those things are absolutely true. And it's also true that some foods can have higher levels of certain nutrients than other foods do. The difference with superfoods is that when we talk about them or we hear other people talking about them, it's usually in this way that promotes the superfood as having almost magical properties, that it's so high in a certain nutrient or antioxidant or whatever that it can cure and prevent diseases, and that it's something that we should all be eating and that we should be eating more of all the time. And a lot of times, in addition to marketing the food itself, it's also added into other products to help market them. So it might be added into a cereal or a bar or a shake or some sort of supplement. It's going to be put in a bunch of different things off the sole premise that it's so healthy that we all need more of it. And this is what I'm talking about when I say that superfoods aren't real. There's no one food that's so important that we all need to be eating it all the time as much as possible. Now, of course, we want to get a variety of foods and it's important to eat different things, but there isn't one thing that's going to be the key to being healthy. Also, I think when we put so much attention on these so-called superfoods, it can actually distract from the importance of having a healthy diet overall. And I know that this can definitely happen because it happened to me when I was younger. Before I went through my training to become a dietitian, I definitely thought of food this way, and I would hear that a certain food was good for some condition or it was so important because of this nutrient. And so I would focus in on that and trying to add those things into my diet or buying whatever product had that ingredient in there, but I wasn't looking at overall what I was eating. And it wasn't really about eating healthy throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the months and years. It was more about trying to figure out where I could fit these special foods in. So overall, my diet wasn't much healthier. I was just trying to find ways to eat more of these superfoods. And the truth is, an unhealthy diet cannot be counteracted by eating a few special berries or herbs or roots with names that you don't know how to pronounce. On the other side of this, all this talk around superfoods can push some people in the other direction of becoming so intensely focused on absolutely maximizing every single aspect of their nutrition. And this isn't healthy either. If someone is skipping out on blackberries to instead go for some superfood berry, that doesn't make any sense. Blackberries are a healthy food and we shouldn't skip out on them just because they're familiar to us. And if you'll notice, that is a common thread with a lot of these so-called superfoods, is they're unfamiliar, they're exotic, they're something you've never even heard of. And so when you really think about it, we have superfoods all around us. Just because something is familiar doesn't mean that it's not nutritious. It's just familiar to you. And you know, I'm not saying that just because something is marketed as a superfood, then that means that it's automatically unhealthy either. It could be a perfectly healthy food that's fine to incorporate into your overall diet. All I'm saying is, don't give in to the hype. One single food does not have some magical property, and it's not something that we all need to be eating to be healthy. And let me know in the comments, what so-called superfood did you try and actually really like? I think for me, it's gotta be pomegranates. I mean, they're probably one of my favorite foods right now. I always look forward to them, and they seem kind of commonplace now in the US, but when I was in high school, it was like a pomegranate frenzy. They were new and exotic and exciting, and everyone was talking about how good they were for you and how they were such a superfood. I hope you like this video, and if you do happen to be new here and you want more healthy eating tips and nutrition info and healthy recipes, make sure that you subscribe, because eating healthy and living a healthy lifestyle really doesn't have to be complicated, and I want to show you how to do it. And if you're loving the free info here but you're finding that you need something more personalized, don't forget that I do offer one-on-one nutrition coaching and counseling. So if you're interested in working with me, just let me know and we can get that set up for you. Thanks for watching. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll talk to you next time.